Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and we're going to be looking at a flashlight that I've been testing out for a couple weeks now. This is from Thrunite, and this is the T1S. It is a small EDC flashlight. This particular one is in the metal gray color with the cool white light output, and Thrunite was gracious enough to send this over so I can check it out and do this review for you, so thank you to them. So it comes in the standard Thrunite box here, and then on the side you do have a representation of what the flashlight looks like. Again, this is the T1S. So as you open up the box, I'll show you guys what comes inside. You get some paperwork that just tells you to go ahead and screw down the light head and tail cap tightly before use. Obviously, that's so you can use it. The light right in there in that little bag, which we'll take a look at in a second. We'll take this little foam out. You do get your operations manual, your user manual. It comes in a couple different languages. I always recommend that, especially with flashlights, but with any other electronics, you always read your user manuals, especially these new flashlights that have a ton of different modes and outputs and things like that. That way you know how to use them. But in case you guys aren't interested, here is your technical parameters, basically your different information on the light itself, and then your modes and outputs right there. So if you guys want to pause it, you can go ahead and read that. But I can tell you that the turbo or maximum output on this is 1,212 lumens, which I found very interesting because that's just such an odd number, 1,212. But again, that is the turbo output, and that's actually good for 5 minutes. And then that ramps down to 317 lumens, and it's good for 70 minutes. So I will leave this to the side there so I can reference it as I go on in the video. Inside here, you have your USB cable, and this just happens to be a USB-C cable, which is great. This is a rechargeable light, so that is perfect. And I like the fact that they include a longer than usual charging cable. A lot of flashlights nowadays will give you a very short run of charging cable, which sometimes can get in the way because it's so short. You have to keep it close to what you're charging it to. But Thrunite does include a little bit longer cable, which is nice. You do get the pocket clip for the lights because you can clip that onto your pocket. And then you have a little bag right here with a couple of accessories. You have some spare O-rings, an extra little door for your charging port, and then a wrist lanyard as well. So I'll put some of this stuff back in the box, and we'll take the clip out because I will be attaching this onto the light so you guys can see what it looks like. Now I have been using this light for a little bit. I actually kind of packaged everything back the way it came so you guys can see it for the unboxing purposes, but here it is. Again, this is the Thrunite T1S in the metal gray color, and I really like this color. It's like a dark gray, so obviously it's different from your standard kind of black looking flashlights, and that's why I asked them to send me this particular color. Now the light itself, it is fairly small, which is nice, fits really nice in my hand here, so it's perfect for EDC usage, especially if you like to carry a lightweight or smaller size EDC loadout. So the light itself, it is branded right here, Thrunite T1S. On the back, you do have your USB-C charging port right there underneath the little door, which keeps it nice and secure and water and dust out. And then you do have a single button right here on the side. This is your side switch, which will turn the light on and off and then cycle through the different modes. It also has an LED indicator that will let you know how much battery is inside. Speaking of the battery, let's go ahead and open this up so you guys can take a look at the battery itself. This is a Thrunite branded battery. It's 1100 milliamp, 3.7 volt, and this is an 18350 battery. So again, very, very small, but it does give you quite a bit of output, as you guys saw there. What was that? 1,212 lumens on the turbo, so that is very, very nice. You also have, I believe this has a magnetic tail cap. Let's go ahead and test that. Here's my knife. And yep, there it is. It is a magnetic tail cap, which is really nice because it gives you a couple different options as far as how to use the light. So you can attach it to any type of metal surface if you need to go hands-free to use it. On the bottom part right here of the light, you do have a little groove where your pocket clip will fit, and it is nice and snug. nice and deep ride, which is really awesome. It kind of disappears in your pocket. Obviously, you do have this going head in, and then you have that reverse clip, so you can either clip it onto whatever surface, or your pants or your shirt or anything like that, or if you want to clip it onto the brim of a baseball cap, you can go ahead and do that as well. Now the clip, it is very sturdy. It's very stiff, which is nice, so that means the light is not going to go anywhere, but it does take a little bit of finagling to getting into the pocket and also into the brim of a hat with that one there. But I like that because that means that the light is going to be secure and it's not going to be falling out. Now, I don't know if you guys can make it out here on camera, but this this dark gray or metal gray looks really nice. It's giving it kind of like a greenish tint on the camera here, but it's again, it's different than your standard ones, so I really like that. So as I mentioned, you're going to use the side switch here to kind of cycle through the different modes. So if you just press it once, the light will come on. This light does have a memory, so it will come on in whatever mode you left it last. I just so happen to have been using it in the low mode, so low is 7 lumens. So if you just press it, it'll turn right back off. So if you press it and turn it on again, and then press and hold, it'll actually cycle through the different outputs. So from low to medium to high. So that is low 7 lumens, medium 94 lumens, high 407 lumens, which is really nice. And then if you let go, it'll stop at whatever mode you want to stop it, and you can go ahead and leave it there. Again, if you press it, it'll go ahead and turn off. Now, if you turn the light on and you double click it, you'll actually get into the turbo. So click it twice, and there it is. That is your turbo. Again, 1212 lumens, good for 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, it will ramp down to 317 lumens and good for 70 minutes. You press it again, the light will turn off. Now from off position, if you press and hold, you'll actually get a Firefly mode, and I don't know if you guys can make that out. Firefly is actually 0.5 lumens, so this is perfect if you want just enough light to preserve battery life, because you'll get actually 27 days out of the Firefly mode, so that is really good if you want to go ahead and preserve that light. If you press it, it will turn off. Now, either from the off position or from the on position, if you press the button 3 times, you'll actually get into the strobe mode. Strobe is actually 1080 lumens. So strobe warning, I'm going to click this 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and there is your strobe. So very disorienting strobe, or if you need to get somebody's attention, that's definitely going to do it. Press it again, the light will turn off and the strobe will come off. So here is the front of the flashlight. Again, really nice reflector there. This is a great light for EDC purposes, again, because of the size and the output that you're getting out of such a small light here. Now, by way of comparison, and basically only comparing size, I just wanted to bring in a light that a lot of people are familiar with, and this is the Olight Baton 3. Again, I'm just using this to compare size, not output or anything like that. So, a lot of people are familiar with this light, so you guys can see the T1S is just a tad longer, and just a tad wider, but again, it's very comfortable in the hand. Now, I kind of prefer the pocket clip here going down like this, as opposed to the one on the Baton 3 going up, but again, that's personal preference. I like them both, anyways, and obviously the lights have different uses, and you can definitely find whichever one you like as best. Now, let me go ahead and give you a look at what this light does. Performing. Usually a lot of times people will take these lights outside and kind of show you how far the beam goes and stuff like that. I wanted to switch it up a little bit, and I'll show you guys inside of the house, inside of a room, what this light will do. I thought that was a more real world scenario than taking it outside. A lot of people might not need it to throw the light way out there or anything like that, and you might be using it to kind of move around the house. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. Alright guys, so I have set up the camera inside of my son's room. This was the room that had the least amount of stuff inside of it, so I want to give you kind of a more real world scenario. Again, this is if you were kind of walking around your house and you needed the flashlight, how would that do inside of a room? This is just a standard size room. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the lights, and then we'll go ahead and look at the different modes of the flashlight. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and this is in the low mode. Again, this is perfect if you just need enough light to kind of spot something in the room. So I can see over here, the wall and stuff like that. If I press and hold, it'll go up to medium. That is medium right there. Again, good amount of light coming through, lighting up everything. Press and hold, it'll go down, low, medium, and then now high. So again, high, right in the 400 range as far as the lumen output goes. So this is perfect to, pretty much give you more than enough light. But if you did want to ramp it back up to that turbo output, I'll go ahead and click it twice. And there is turbo, again, 1212 lumens. Normally what I would do with a flashlight, especially inside of the house, in order to give me maximum light output, is I would actually point it up to the ceiling. And what this does is it almost creates like an area light. So as you guys can see now, just pointing it up to the ceiling, it's pretty much lighting up the whole room. So if you were to be in a situation where maybe you lose power in your house and you want to use your light to kind of light up a whole area, you can set this flashlight like right in the middle of the room, point it up to the ceiling, and then it'll light up the whole area. And as you guys can see, if I bring it down, you can see the main difference. So obviously it's doing a great job at pointing it at one particular location, but if I wanted the whole room to be lit up, then obviously that wouldn't be the case if I have it this way. Just to show you guys also the Firefly mode, there it is engaged. I'm not sure if you guys can see it that much. Here's my hand in front of the camera. So again, it's 0.5 lumens, so half a lumen, good for 27 days. Again, let me see if I do the same thing. I'll point it up to the ceiling. Not really doing much because again, it's only 0.5 lumens, but enough to kind of, find my way around the room if I really needed to and I want to preserve the battery life on the flashlight. All right, so that is going to be the different outputs inside of the house. I know it's a little bit different than what you would normally see, but I wanted to share this because I think it's a more real world usage of the flashlight. So back to the review table. All right, guys, so as you can see, the T1S from Thrunite is a great option, especially for a lightweight EDC carry. Nice and small, but you get quite a bit of output out of that small package here. Again, with the turbo being 1212 lumens, good for 5 minutes. So, this is a light that I would definitely use for EDC purposes, carrying it around with me. But, more for close quarters if I needed to look at stuff around my immediate area. Even though it does perform fairly well, longer distances. But Thrunite has other options if that's what you need. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to leave a link below in the description box as to where you guys can pick up this light if you're interested. Or maybe, check out some of the other options that Thrunite has to offer. They make really awesome lights, and I think they did a really good job on this one, which is the T1S. So there it is. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.